Hey everyone, welcome to JNL Chronicles.
Hi. So, you all have heard of King Arthur, A Sword and Stone, his faithful magician Merlin, and, the Round Table of Knights. Yeah, stuff legends and myths are made of, right?
Yeah,
Well,
very, very famous. And I assume historically accurate.
not so much. No. Apparently, though, the entire King Arthur story was a fabrication that was created to boost the morale of the English troops.
Ah,
Yeah.
so they lied to him and told him that, hey, we have this magical dude who can do all sorts of stuff and these badass knights that'll back you up. And it's like, yeah.
Merlin is a cool imaginary wizard, though.
Yeah, but if you think you got, super powerful magician at the back of the lines, giving out some magical assistance, and then you find out, oh wait, no, we don't have that. You'd be pretty mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy. It's the mythology stems from various literature sources, which all glorify Arthur, as the king who led victory over the Saxons and created a ruling empire over it was England, Ireland, Iceland, Norway, and Gaul in the 6th century, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, not so historically accurate at all. But though there's no real proof that such a man existed, historians continue to debate the fact that it even happened.
Yeah, I think we can kind of assume that it wasn't real with, the matter of fact
that
magic
wizards aren't
yeah.
real. Check out our video on the New Zealand wizard.
Yeah, the matter of fact that wizards aren't actually a real thing should tell us that the story might not be real.
Yeah, they said that.
And let's not forget about the lady in the lake.
Oh, yeah.
And the sword in the stone. We know that story is false because there's no magical sword.
The sword and the stone?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they say that it resembles a Roman commander, and I might not remember how to pronounce his name, but it was Lucius Artorius Castus, I believe is how you pronounce it, who lived in the 2nd century. And despite the widely belief that King Arthur was real, he was a fictitious character.
Artorius, that could be Arthur.
But there's still a number of people that argue otherwise. Who's arguing that wizards are real? I mean, comment down below if you think wizards are real. No disrespect. I've never seen... I've seen professional magicians that perform magic tricks.
Yeah.
But not a magical... not a magical being.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a lot of them around.
We can dispel that rumor. I mean, it's just like, with Stonehenge, and people wanting to know the purpose of the creation, and it's still highly debated.
Yeah.
And one of the greatest mysteries of humankind.
Yeah.
Or human history, sorry. Human history. So, what do you think about Stonehenge?
What do I think about Stonehenge?
A lot of people say it has something to do with UFO activity. But with all the people that tour there, wouldn't somebody have seen something, videoed something everyone has a camera phone, and it's a historic, what did they call it in England? Historic heritage site, I believe.
Yeah.
Is
maybe
what they
maybe
call
it was some sort of a prehistoric birthday cake. Or possibly a prison far too easy to escape.
Or it could be an alien invasion. Yeah. Or a place filled with healing powers. No, I don't believe that, but these are all theories that I've heard. But, the most commonly accepted theory is that Stonehenge is just a burial ground. And it was substantiated by archaeologists in 2008 when cremated remains around the site matched the estimated date of Stonehenge's creation. So I'm going to go with the archaeologists on this one, personally.
Yeah, probably. Oh, by the way, those were lyrics to Ylvis's What's the Meaning of Stonehenge?
Oh, love Ylvis. Yes. And, yeah, just a simple little video on what do you all think about Stonehenge? What do you think about King Arthur? I've known people that think, I have friends that say that they're witches, and they believe in. So I don't know what all is out there because I haven't seen it. I accept my friends.
Maybe
100%.
Merlin made Stonehenge.
Now you're thinking.
There we go.
You may have just solved it.
Or maybe, just maybe.
He moved the stones with his. Wait, he used a magical wand, right?
I think he had a staff.
Oh, staff.
Or actually, I think he didn't have anything at all because he wasn't a real person.
Exactly. And that's what this whole video was about. Myths that aren't really real, that people still look up to. And don't get me wrong, they make great stories and we all love them, but
my favorite thing is
real.
when people say, oh, well, what, did people just take months to move these rocks from where the quarries were to where Stonehenge is? Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
The matter of fact that something sounds really hard to us now doesn't mean that they didn't do it back then.
And it was obviously important to... We
build crazy stuff all the time that makes no sense. Who's to say they couldn't do it back then too?
Right. I equate it to this. We make cemeteries for our dead. That could have been a special cemetery because the archaeologists found human remains buried there.
Yeah.
And they're dated the same time as the stones. So I believe this was some form of cemetery, and it's not a huge... It's not a huge... Well, I mean, it's rather big, but it's not like today's cemeteries. Yeah. So it must have been for the most important people. Because obviously it took a lot of time to move those rocks and do all that.
Well, look at the crazy monuments that we make. Like in, say in 20,000 years, if someone comes across the Washington Monument, they're going to think it's freaking weird. It's like, why did someone put this here? And they'll probably speculate what it was. And
well, irregardless, getting away from that a little bit, Stonehenge is still beautiful. Yeah. And, it's a great place to visit in England. I didn't go there when I was in England. We didn't have time. We just had one day. But if I ever go again, I would love to see it because the site contains numerous carved blue stones that each weigh like 6 tons and are stacked on top of each other. Yeah. I think we all know, but just in case somebody doesn't know what Stonehenge is, and archaeologists have ascertained that the stone monument dates back to, I believe it was 2,500 to 3,000 BC.
Oh, that's quite a long time ago.
And it was erected by Neolithic inhabitants. So I'm going with that.
Yeah.
So hope you enjoyed this. This was just a little episode today. We were just talking about myths earlier, and those were a couple
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. Comment below and tell us what you think.
Yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and dislike if you dislike. But remember, if you dislike it, I'm going to build a henge of stones around your house to signal the aliens.
Gosh.
No, I'm not going to do that. That takes too much work. And
No,
I'm far too lazy.
You'd get Merlin to do it.
Oh, yes. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.